All right, let's do it. Focus your fire on the
it didn't go well for either side, and when it was basically just Optimus and Scorponok left and the Underbase was very close to Earth, Scorponok decided that, fuck this, I'm going to get the Underbase for myself, then I can stop Starscream and take over the universe and the world and, well, whatever he wanted. Because he figured that, in spite of Optimus's warnings that the Underbase was too much for any one creature to handle, he thought Optimus wanted to grab the Underbase for himself. And this fits in line with Decepticon thinking, doesn't it? Like power overwhelming power overall. Oh, hi, Thundercracker. Haha. What weapon do I have? Is it a mace? Oh. In Follow Cybertron, he has a sword. Are there more thingies to shoot? Perhaps. Yeah, here we go. But Optimus managed to recover and go out after Scorponok and knocked him out of the path of the Underbase, so it basically was heading straight for Earth. But Scorponok thought he was a fool, that he was just denying Scorponok because so no one would get it, and dooming the Earth in the process. But Optimus had accounted for this as well, because Starscream showed up prompt to absorb the rest of the Underbase, and he did. And he grew absolutely humongous. I don't think I've seen any Transformers that big aside from maybe Unicron. And it was possible even go bigger than Unicron.
Blast those locks!
And that was about the time when he also blew up right after declaring his dominion over the universe, and how he'd start by ripping Optimus and Scorponok into atoms. So,
Alright, this station seems to funnel power directly to the Energon Bridge.
Those are the Energon Bridge's power control panels.
yeah, and Optimus stated again that oh, pardon me, that Starscream had just learned what Optimus already knew.
Starscream, that was impressive.
Silence, fool! We need to supply these side terminals with their Energon power cells.
I love the way Starscream says fool. And yet Starscream had just learned what Optimus already knew, that trying to possess the Underbase, it was too much for any one creature. To try to do so would invite insanity or death, or in Starscream's case, both. But it was an instance where one of Starscream's plans almost worked.
Looks like the Autobots have locked these power cells down.
Quickly, destroy the locks!
See, I'm constantly jumping into jet form because the jet forms in this game have unlimited ammunition,
Fools!
like my ground
Wait, are you
weapons.
calling us fools or the Autobots fools? Because I'm not getting the sense that you respect me.
Silence, fool!
That's exactly what I'm talking about.
Skyward might be dumb, but I like him. I really like him. I can't help it.
This is almost too
But yeah, that
easy.
was the
Quick,
plan
find the
where...
other
that was the
power
time
terminals.
when one of Starscream's plans nearly worked. At least caused immense
Now
havoc.
keep looking. There should be just one more.
One more, I see it.
Energy barriers are 100% offline.
Perfect!
Now there was...
Get these power cells into position!
Now there was another thing I wanted to mention last time, but ran out of time, basically. And that's the fact that in the original Gen 1 Transformers, it wasn't that important that a robot and his alternate form matched up according to size.
The side terminals are showing power levels of maximum.
We are but one click away from activating the full power of the Energon Bridge!
I mentioned the cassette transformers, and I actually shrank down to the size of a cassette that would fit in your regular cassette deck tape player. I'm sure the kids don't really know what that is these days, but that's another thing. And there were, of course, Soundwave and the aforementioned Blaster, who could transform to the size of a tape deck that wouldn't look out of place for a human. And even Megatron himself.
An unknown energy signature nearby, off the scale.
Then we are close. The Energon Bridge must be nearby.
Even Megatron himself was not an exception to this, because he transformed into the form of a Walter P-38. And he could shrink down either to fit into the hand of another Decepticon, which I think was a way of asserting his power, that was so absolutely sure of his rule that he didn't think any of the others would misuse him. And he was... I would say he was right about that.
Plant a dark Energon jetpack on its power cable to activate.
But he could also shrink down.
I've had enough of your readings. Use dark Energon and corrupt the machine.
He could also shrink down enough to fit the hand of a human. And there was actually a story in one of the comics
Precisely what I was afraid of. Cybertron is trying to purge itself of contamination. What contamination?
He means us, you idiot! Quit blabbing and destroy this nuisance!
Could I destroy the turrets? I think I actually could. Let's try. And yeah, I might talk about that story at some point. I'd have to reread it first, though, because I don't remember all the details. I actually remember more about the lead-up than the actual issue.
Evade those beams!
And it of course worked the other way as well, like you had one Autobot whom I really don't remember the name of. I just saw him in one of the special notes in one of the issues that came out here. And he was a triple transformer, and he could transform into either a fighter jet or an aircraft carrier, a full-size aircraft carrier. He was basically...
Are we even hurting this thing?
He was basically the...
Focus fire on those guns.
He was basically the... Let's just use this one. Maybe that will be better.
Ah, he's not so tough.
Yeah, that one works better. And like they just didn't care about size disparities at all. Ow, 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 I might die here actually. I hope I don't, but I might.
Do not disappoint me.
I'll have to look for some Energon after I knock this one out. I think there should be some around here. Yep. That was just a little silly thing that they didn't really care. It was only the later incarnations of Transformers that actually cared about But the
Evasive
sizes
maneuvers.
between the alternate forms and the robots mostly matching. Like even the Micromasters, which I mentioned last mission, were, well, they were the size of large humans, and yet they could transform into cars that could fit several humans. Which was, yeah, a little bit weird. I think I'm going to cut off my commentary there for this episode and just let you watch the rest of the boss fight and the following cutscene. I shouldn't have done that. I am glad that this game didn't make me dependent on my NPC partner's welfare, because those guys have a tendency to die occasionally, but they just respawn without any fuss. And if I were to lose every time one of them died, it would be very frustrating. And there we go.
Wait! Something's happening!
Yes! It's crumbling before the might of Starscream! To the surface, Decepticons!
Just flying in this game is brilliant. I love these flying sequences.
The machine is out of control!
It must be a side effect of the Dark Energon!
Especially noting how the jet form changes between hover and boost. Lots of nice little touches.
We've done it! The Energon Bridge is activating! Incredible! The Energon Bridge is active once more.
Quiet! You're ruining my moment of glory! Soon, my orbital station will be at full power!
Your orbital station, Starscream? Surely you mean mine. I see you have finally succeeded in the simple task I gave you. Perhaps you're not as worthless as I thought. Report back to base at once!
All systems online. Dark Energon, manufacturing at optimal efficiency.
Now I can introduce Dark Energon into the planet's core. And as it spreads throughout Cybertron, my power shall travel with it.
Entrance to the planet core is heavily shielded behind the Omega Gate.
I will acquire the key. We launch a full-scale assault on Iacon immediately. And wipe Zeta Prime and his pathetic Autobots off the face of the planet.
And that was Mission 2 of A War for Cybertron. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you have any questions or suggestions for topics or just general comments, feel free to leave them in either a YouTube comment section or on my blog. And I will see you next time. Wolf out.